Hello, mamas. Welcome back to another episode of No Filter, No Fence, the Hello Mama series. First, let me start by apologizing for the 2 week delay. Life has been doing the absolute most, pulling me in every direction, but I couldn't stay away for long. I had to come back and stand tall because I know how much this space means for mamas across the world. As a man, I don't carry the title of mama, but I see you. I see the strength you pour out every single day. I see the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, and the battles you fight silently while you're showing up for your children, for your families, and even for the world that doesn't always recognize your worth. That's why this platform exists. It's here to honor you, to speak truth without filter or fence, and to remind you that you are not alone. And when life delays us, even when the storms hit, what do? We keep going. We keep pressing forward together because the voice and the heart of a mama are too important to be silenced. So thank you for your patience and for your grace, and I sincerely appreciate your loyalty. We're back, we're stronger than before, and I'm honored to walk beside you in this journey. Let's dive in. Today's episode is entitled The Heart of a Mama, the First Line of Defense for Humanity. Today I'm speaking directly from my heart. Not as a woman, not as a mother, but as a man who has been shaped, protected, nurtured, and strengthened by the women who carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. So today that I can be here and to stand tall with all of you. This episode is for the mamas, the women who across the globe share one sacred bond, motherhood. I want to say something up front. Society has lied to you, okay? It has tried to pit you against each other by race, by class, by status, by geography. But when I strip it all down, when I look through the eyes of truth, I see the same thing in every corner of the earth. A mama serving as the backbone of her family, the protector of her children, and the quiet warrior standing in the storm. And hear me clearly. Our only hope in this loud and broken world is through the heart of a mama. This is bigger than politics, y'all. It's bigger than trends. It's bigger than culture. This is about protecting the most sacred role humanity has. The mama who loves, who sacrifices, and who rarely gets the recognition she deserves. Today I'm calling for a revolution of unity among women. A movement where mamas don't just hold down their own homes, but stand as the first line of defense for each other across every line the world has drawn to divide them. Because see, at the end of the day, a mama is just a mama. And here's the heart of the world. A mama's heart. There is a cry, y'all, that's going out across the world. It's a cry that stretches beyond language, beyond borders, beyond division, all of those things that we sometimes cling to. The cry of the world. It's the sound of hunger, not for food, but for vision. It's the sound of thirst, not for water, but for courage. It's the ache of generations longing for something different, something better than the endless cycle of yesterday's mistakes. You see, our leaders, they're stumbling right now. They're stumbling in this moment. Most of them are gripped by fear and bound by selfishness. They trade tomorrow for the comfort of today. They have silenced possibilities with stale promises, and the people, the children, the families, all of us are starving. The world aches for harmony, not tolerance and not survival, but harmony. A world where nationality, race, culture, and religion do not divide us, but weave us into something far greater. A world where humanity breathes as God intended, as one body and one song. But right now, we're suffocating in division. We're gasping under the weight of wars we did not start and systems we did not choose. Leaders who can't even see what the future should be. The air is so thick with fear and so thick with greed. And still, the cry of the world of generations continue. If there is hope, it does not come from the cold tables of power. It doesn't come from the rise from speeches of self-protected people and classes and groups and echelons and elites. No. Hope beats in the hidden chambers of a mama's heart. For it is the mama who carries the weight of generations. The mamas who feel every tremor of her child's cry and the mama who dreams beyond the walls of culture and beyond the ceilings of fear. She knows the cost of yesterday, and she dares to demand more for tomorrow. If the world is to shift, if the tide is to turn, it will be because the heart of a mama rose up. Because, see, she refused to let her child inherit brokenness as their only birthright. Because she stood tall when leaders bent low to fear. The cry of the world cannot be answered by silence. It cannot be healed by repetitions of the past. It must be met with courage. It must be met with vision. It must be met with the fierce love that dares to imagine harmony. And who holds that type of courage? Who births that type of vision? Who nurtures that type of love? The mama. We all know that. Mamas who whisper peace into restless nights, and mamas who pray for children in a world that seems to have forgotten how to hope. Mamas who know the freedom of what it means to stick together. The mama who knows that freedom is not a privilege for just a select few, but it's a promise for all. So I need y'all to hear me. The cry of the world is not to sound fear. It is a summons to rise, to step into a future untouched by yesterday's chains, to let the mama's heart lead us into harmony, where all children, every child can dream freely, live fully, and love deeply. Let us not fumble this moment. Let us not cower in fear nor drown in selfishness, but let us listen. Truly listen to the cry of the world, and let us answer it. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. And the reason why I'm coming to the mamas is because I know you understand. I know that you have the emotional aptitude to understand the cry of a child. Therefore, you understand the cry of the world. For the only hope is through the heart of a mama. Take a minute and imagine something with me. I want y'all to close your eyes just for a moment. Imagine a mother in Nigeria. She's bent over a fire, stirring a pot with one hand, balancing her baby on her hip with the other. The smell of spices filling the air, her sweat dripping, but the hums anyone can understand because her children just need to eat. Or how about the mother in Detroit? Her alarm clock goes off at 4:30 a.m. She slips out of bed quietly so she doesn't wake her kids. She ties her work boots, grabs her lunch, and whispers a small prayer right before she leaves for her double shift, hoping that it's enough to pay her rent. Or what about the mother in India? The one that wakes before sunrise, lights her incense, and bows in prayer, asking for protection over her children before they even open their eyes. The one that walks her kids to school in the crowded streets, using her body as a shield to protect them from danger. Or what about the mother in Brazil? The one at the market bargaining with every ounce of skill she has, stretching a handful of coins into a week of food. Different languages, different lands, different customs, but if you lean in, if you really lean in, you hear the same heartbeat. Her children must eat, her family must survive, and her home must stand to fight another day. That's a universal cry of a mama. And it's not just survival, it's love, y'all. It's discipline. It's dreaming when she herself has nothing left to dream with. This is why I say the mama is the same everywhere. She may wear a different dress or speak a different tongue, call God by a different name, but the love, the sacrifice, the tears she cries at night when no one is watching, they're the same. You see, every mama around the world wants to hear those securing words. Hello, mama. I see you. I see the weight that you carry with each passing day, the weight of doing the laundry, washing your clothes in the river, whether it be packing your lunch or trying to gain resources to help your family with their obligations, the tears that you wipe from the little cheeks of your children while yours are dry upon your cheek. I see how society pulls from you constantly. demanding more of you while criticizing you when you fall short or comparing you to impossible standards. I even see how often you give credit to everybody else while rarely receiving it yourself. But let me say this as a man. Without you, nothing stands. Not the home, not the children, not the community. James Brown said it this way: this is a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman or a girl. You see, Mama, you are the first leader we ever meet. You're the teacher before school. You are the pastor before we ever attend church. You're the counselor before the world ever hands us a therapist. You are the one who sets the foundation for society. And yet you are told to be quiet. You're told you're not enough, or you're told to compete with every other woman that's standing beside you. But today, as a man, as someone who sees you, I say no more. This is the moment we start giving mamas the credit that they deserve. And we don't do it subtly. We say it loudly. We say it boldly and without apology. The world has built so many fences around womanhood. Fences such as this mama has more money, or this mama does not, or this mama has a husband and this one doesn't. This mama stays home and this one works. This mama breastfeed and this one don't. Who cares? These are all fences. They're everywhere. Fences meant to divide you, to keep you from recognizing your true power. But here's the truth. When you stand on opposite sides of a fence, neither of you win. And the enemy of your motherhood wins every time you're divided. So today I declare no more fences, no more judgment, and no more comparison. A mama in the suburbs is not better than a mama in the slums. A mama with a college degree is not more powerful than a mama without one. You see, motherhood is the great equalizer. When your baby is crying at 2 a.m., your degree will not soothe that baby. When your teenager is rebelling against you, you can't pay your way out with a large bank account. You know what fixes it? The universal mama's heart. So let this be a moment that we tear down every imaginary barrier society has put between women. Because see, mama, your greatest strength is not standing alone. It's about standing together. Today we're talking about the number one defense to the degradation of society. And you know what that is? It's a mama's heart. Mamas, you are the first line of defense. You defend your children from harm. You defend your families from falling apart, and you defend traditions, values, and hope when the world tries to erase them. But hear me clearly. The time has come for you to also defend each other. Because when one mama falls, the ripple touches every child, every home, every community, every society, every culture. When one mama is left unprotected, society suffers. So what happens when women begin to rise together? Not just for their own families, but for each other. What happens when women look across the street and across the city and across the ocean and say, Mama, I got you. I will not let you fall alone. That's the revolution. That's the movement. That is what will change this world. Picture it. A mother in Syria and a mother in South Carolina. Both of them on their knees, praying in the dark, asking for safety of their children. They have never met, yet they have circumstances that tie them together as sisters. Or the mother in Kenya and the mother in Kentucky, both braiding their daughter's hair, whispering affirmations into her ear, hoping that she grows up believing in her worth. They may have different accents, but I guarantee their heart is bleeding the same type of love, a mother's love. Or the mother in Haiti and the mother in Houston, both sitting at the kitchen table, head in their hands, trying to stretch a dollar far enough to feed their family. Do you see it yet? Different cultures, different struggles, but the bond is unshakable. And if that bond is harnessed, if women begin to see each other not through the lens of division, but through the truth of shared power, then there is nothing, and I mean nothing, y'all, that can stop this world from healing. A mother's love is the most radical, most revolutionary force on this earth. And when mamas unite, not just for their own homes, But for womanhood itself, nations shift, families thrive, and generations rise healed instead of broken. So this is the call. This is the movement. No filter, no fence. Mama, you are sacred. Your role is sacred. And the future of this world depends on you recognizing that. And this is the thing. I need you to stand with your sisters across every border and every barrier. If you hear nothing else from me today, hear this. You are not invisible, but you are powerful, and you're not alone. Let this be the beginning of a revolution of mothers uniting as the first line of defense for their sacredness of motherhood, as families, for womanhood, and for humanity. Because our only hope is through the heart of a mama. Listen to me, women of the world, daughters of every land, every tongue, every culture, every tribe. Hear this call, y'all. This is not the hour to shrink. This is not the time to be silent. This is not the season to carry the world's weight upon your back. No, we need you to know what your call is. You were called to unite, to rise as one voice, to birth not the will of man, nor the will of fear, or the will of this world, but the will of God. The will that heals and the will that restores, the will that redeems generations not yet born. I need you to look around. The world is trembling. Leaders are stumbling. Nations are raging and falling, collapsing in our faces. Children are crying and they are worried. And humanity groans under the weight of brokenness. But in you, woman of God, there is an answer. In your womb, both physical and spiritual, there is destiny. You hold the power. In your voice, there is command. In your unity, there is an unstoppable force. This is the battle cry. Do not be divided. Do not be deceived. Do not be delayed. Stand shoulder to shoulder. Lift your eyes above the ceilings of culture. Lift your hearts above the boundaries of race, and lift your hands above the chains of fear. Unite for the power, not the fame, not for the fleeting applause of the world, but for the kingdom, for the will of the Father, for the sake of every child who deserves to inherit more than ashes. Daughters birth his will. We say daughters carry his dream, and daughters rise in courage in his love for humanity, because guess what? It depends on your obedience. The world says you are weak, but God has crowned you with strength. The world may say stay silent, but heaven commands you to roar. The world may say bow, but the Spirit of God calls you to stand. So I ask you today to stand united, to roar, to birth his will. For the sake of nations and for the sake of children, for the sake of the kingdom and for the sake of humanity itself. This is your time. This is your mantle. This is your battle cry. Daughters of God, I ask you to arise, birth his will, and let his kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you for listening. And to every mama out there, we see you, we honor you, and we love you. This has been No Filter, No Fence. Until next time, stand tall and stand together. Peace and love.